What's going on, guys? It's Ty with the UpperLeftUSA.com, and in preparation for an upcoming road trip that I'll be doing, I decided to go pick up a truck bed canopy just because it would make my life a lot easier, because I know I'm going to be doing a lot of truck bed camping. So I wanted to offer up, pick this one up for $250, and everything's great. Windows, seals, locks, everything works fine, except for the fact that it's champagne gold sitting on my dark shadow gray truck. So not exactly the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the world. I came up with three solutions. I can either plastic dip it, get it repainted to match the truck, or go with this, the Rust-Oleum truck bed liner kit. So stay tuned, I'll show you my process of getting that done. For the most part, this kit does come with everything that you would need to get this project done, minus the paint roller pan, but I got that from Lowe's for less than $2, so it's not too big of a problem. Now for the first step, what we're essentially doing is scratching up the entire paint surface of the canopy or wherever we're planning on putting this this bed liner kit on. And that involves taking the supplied sponge and pretty much just going at it. Okay, so now that the surface area looks like complete crap and you're fully committed to this project now, you just gotta clean everything off, get some masking tape, newspaper, and seal off all of the windows or wherever you're planning to not get this stuff on. Okay, so once you get everything taped up, now it's pretty much time just to mix up the bed liner and actually apply it. Okay, so the next part in our direction is pretty much just mixing part A and part B together. You're supposed to mix part A until that's smooth, completely empty up part B into part A, making sure that this is like, you get the most out of this in here. Mixing that until that's completely smooth. Let it sit for 15 minutes, and then you can start working with that. You have 3 to 4 hours to make this happen. Okay, so now we're pretty much just applying it to, well, I'm applying to my truck canopy. You can apply to whatever you want, but I'm going to try to apply it in the middle and work out, just because that, for me, is going to be the hardest place to reach. Now, in my opinion, the nice thing about doing the bed liner over like plastic dip or just regular traditional paint is that this thing is like pretty much foolproof for the most part. You really can't mess this up. Like the surface is going to be a little bit dirty or just like not perfect as far as perhaps just because it's a textured surface. So you can't really like fuck this up. It's going to look like uneven or like messy no matter what you do. Okay, so when you get to like places like this, the brush or the roller might not be the best choice. So what I've done is pretty much just pick up one of these, like it's pretty much the same thing, just the Rust-Oleum truck bed coating, but the spray can. So doing this would be a lot easier with the can, obviously. Okay, so one thing that I would suggest is picking up a bigger roller. I just went over to Lowe's and got this one. It's just your standard like paint roller, and it makes the whole job a lot faster. Okay, so I just finished up with the second coat of the bed liner. I'm not sure if you guys can see it with this lighting, but the second coat made such a difference. I'm not sure if it was the bigger roller with the different foam from Lowe's, or it's just because it's the second coating or what, but it looks completely different now. It actually looks like bed liner. This is why I'm kind of here, to show you guys the worst case scenarios that you might have to face when doing this project. I'm doing this late October in Washington, at the end of what was supposed to be one of Washington's worst storms ever. So there's been rain pretty much every day for the last week, and I always don't have a lot of space to do this with, so I'm doing this under my carport, but there's still water coming in through the front of it. So I had to make this makeshift tarp just to try to cover it up through the night. It started raining at 11 o'clock last night. It's been 13, 14 hours since I've finished applying the bed liner. It's dry to the touch, but if I apply pressure, I can still get a little bit of fingerprinting on here. But overall, it's pretty much done. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple more hours because it's supposed to rain in a few hours, and then it'll stop again. So I'll put it on the truck later in the afternoon just to see how it is. Okay, so with this being pretty much as dry as it can be for right now, I'm going to start peeling off the tape just to see how this material does with tape edges and everything. So not exactly the cleanest thing in the world. Obviously, it did come off with the paint, but I'm not sure if I let it dry even more, if that would have happened. I think it would still have happened just because of the way that I taped it, and some of the bed liner actually overlapped on top of the tape. So once you peel it off, it peeled with the tape. I'm thinking it's not too big of a problem, just because I'm going to buy another spray can of the bed liner and just hit this up again. So as you can see, I'm going back with the spray can of bed liner, and I'm just touching it up with the brush just to give it that extra texture, just because the can kind of makes it. Well, I'm going at it pretty heavy just so it fills up these cracks, so it's overrunning. So I'm just going to dab it, clean it up, no big deal. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this, and that's the garage door seal, the bottom one from Lowe's. It's a good alternative to weather stripping if you're having a leaking problem. On this Canopy, it's not leaking. I just want to change out the seals just because it's older. I can tell it's already peeling off. The sticky backing material is not even sticking to the Canopy anymore. So I decided just to go with this. You just cut it to length and pretty much just prop it down. It has a little edge, this little lip, so just contacts to the bed pretty much perfectly. Once you put the Canopy down, clamp it down, they're pretty much sealed. Okay, so here we are a day later with the final product on hand. My Canopy is on my truck bed, and before I go into what I think about it, I wrote down a few notes just to go over with, just so you guys have something to think about before you get into this. First of all, is to buy the kit or part it out. You don't have to buy the kit to make this happen. Rust-Oleum sells it individually in the can, or they sell the individual part A, part B, all the paintbrush, the roller, and all that. You should probably calculate it out to see how much you're actually doing, as far as how much you're bed linering, to know, or to calculate it out and see if you'll save money, because the kit is $50. And then stuff after that, if you have to buy more roller stuff like that, I mean that's all after. Really, if you buy the kit, all you really have to buy is the paint roller pan. So let's just say it's $55, all right? So just calculate it out, because for me, I use half of the entire kit as far as the part A and part B mixed together, the actual bed liner solution. So that was $50. I only used half, so half of it is just wasted, because you only get 3 to 4 hours of working time with it. You can't exactly save it and then work it on another project later. So calculate it out, see if it's worth it for you to buy the kit. Because like I've seen videos of other people using the same kit. They do the entire truck bed and a whole trailer. So is it worth it for you to buy the kit? Think about that. Second thing is to go with the spray can or go with the bed liner kit that I used. I personally would say do not go with a spray can at all, because if you actually look at the spray can tip, it looks just like a normal spray paint tip. If you're expecting to get like super hardcore texture out of it, from my experience and the two cans that I've used, you really do not get any texture. You get texture as far as it looking shitty, and it gives like a rough texture, like you don't know how to spray paint. That's the texture that you get. Just because if you look at, like I said, if you look at the tip, it's a normal spray can tip. You can't get like chunks of like grit out of it. So I'm not sure why they would like sell it that way. I use it, like honestly, when I sprayed it on this stuff, I use it for like when I peeled off the tape and there was like chunks missing or something like that, and I would fill it with the spray can just because I have no choice, because I don't have any more of the actual like roller. It comes out like spray paint too, so there's no denying that. They're really, I'm kind of confused of what the spray is actually even for, and it's also, it's so little. I'm not sure, like I'm sure that they do calculate the can, like how much they put into it by weight. So let's say that there was actually grit in there, right? So the grit isn't coming out of the can at all, so it's stuck inside of the aerosol can, right? So the can is being weighed down by all this grit, and there's nothing that's coming out except for the actual like paint. So you're paying for the paint, but you're not getting the grit, and the can runs out so fast, in my opinion. What the first can did, the first can ran out super quick. So I barely got any time with it. Either that, or it just got clogged up because of all the grit was stuck at the bottom, and nothing else was coming out. Because you can still feel that the can was heavy, and aerosol was still coming out. So I'm kind of confused about that. So, but overall, in my opinion, don't go with the can unless you're using it for touch-ups. But honestly, if you're using touch-ups, just use black spray paint. It's the same damn thing. Now, the third thing that I would say, and what would conclude this whole thing, that would really add to like if you should or should not use this kit or use this product, is that the texture and the grit of the actual bed liner material, it's very inconsistent. If you look at my results, like some spots would be super gritty and some spots would be like straight smooth, and it's just like it's very inconsistent. It's everywhere, and there's really no way of controlling it, just because I mean, like, it comes out as it is. You put it on the roller, you roll it out. You can't really control, like, I mean, you can control how much grit it is if you keep going at it over and over again, but then you just get layer on layer of it, and eventually the black, the tar, paint, whatever it is, just completely fills up the grit, and it goes over it, and it becomes smooth again. So overall, it's all about expectations. What are you expecting out of this? Are you expecting like a professional job, like go to Line-X and get it sprayed? In my opinion, I don't know if you're ever gonna get that. Then again, I might have just got a dud and my kit was bad and didn't have enough grit in it. So that could be it too. So it's all up to you. Like, what are you expecting to get out of this? I don't think that this is like, I don't think most people will get a professional look out of this. You gotta come at it with like, it's 50 bucks versus Line-X is like $400, $500, $600, you know? Because I know I've seen people say that their Canopy costs like 500 bucks just to get the Canopy Line-X. So 50 bucks versus 500, you're not exactly going to get the same result. And just looking at my bed liner that came with my truck versus the Rust-Oleum kit, not even comparable. The bed liner, it's gritty everywhere, like it's textured everywhere. So what do you want to get out of it? Are you just looking to like make it aesthetically pleasing because you like the look of it, who knows? It's up to you whether or not this kit is worth it. For me, like I said, my canopy cost 250 bucks. I need to just get this done ASAP. And I did not care about it. I just wanted it black. So for me, would I do it again? Would I do it again? No, I would not do it again. If I had more time, I would just plastic dip like I would normally do. So that's that. It's up to you, like I said, whether or not to do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. See ya.
I got this feeling